The kingdom is always in need of true heroes, especially when darkness threatens to re-emerge. But, as I'm sure you know, a true hero is nothing without friends, comrades and confidants to support them. Welcome a hero trainer. Welcome Phil. Alright people, look alive. We got a big problem coming this way and I can sum it up in 2 words. Hades. And if that name made you shiver, it should. The guy is trouble with a capital Tau. Okay, here's the 411 on Hades. I got an inside source who says Hades fished himself out of the river of souls a while back. My source is a hippie musician who tried to bust his sweetheart out of the underworld last week, if you're curious. I buy that he saw Hades walking around free down there, but oh boy, was he a downer to talk to. Great liar chops though. Anyway, Herc knocked Hades on his keister once, and soon as he gets here, he can do it again. Should be any minute now. Send Phil to look for Hercules. Winged horses may be off limits in a wizard's duel, but they're quite pleasant to consider in vaporous form. Let's dissipate more Pegasus clouds. Yep, any minute now. Sheesh, is his sundial on Fritz or what? I definitely booked him for this today. Come to the kingdom, send Hades packing, go home for baklava. Could not be clearer. See, I got it right here in my day planner. Entire month of Skirophorian, Herc away on tour catching Artemis's pet deer. Oh, that did not say what I expected it to say. Hey, who slipped me a bum day planner? Yeah, this one's on me. Alright, change of plans. Herc's off in Achaea somewhere, chasing down an extremely shiny woodland creature. And he ain't gonna be back for 3 weeks minimum, which means that's how long we gotta stall Hades for without him. Now, how are we gonna do this? Glad you asked. I have no idea. Let's send Phil to think of a backup plan. I got it! Meg. We get Meg here. Sure, she ain't a fighter, but she doesn't have to be. She worked with Hades so long she's gotta know his secrets. So I'm willing to bet she can cook up some kind of scheme to keep Mr. Tall, dark and on fire, busy for a couple weeks. Easy. And if she can't, backup plan D is we all move somewhere far away. Babylon's nice this time of year. Alright, I sent Meg a messenger pigeon to fill her in on everything. So she should be here soon. Till then, I'm not just sitting back on these stubby little bow legs of mine. Nah, I'm gonna be proactive. It's like rule number 33 says, a true hero is only as good as the gymnasium/obstacle course his trainer builds for him. Okay, I'm paraphrasing that rule, but it's still pertinent. Build the training grounds. See that? That is some of my best work. Every piece designed to my exacting specifications. I'm particularly proud of the many times life-size Hercules standee. Really ties the whole facility together. Plus, I figure if I can get a pulley system hooked up right, we can put a revolving restaurant in the head. I know, Herc doesn't want me going crazy with commercializing his image, but that's just a solid business plan. Who wouldn't want to eat the gyro while slowly spinning around a hero's head? Nobody, that's who. I better do a walkthrough of this place before Herc gets here. You never know what you're gonna get with contractors. All I'm saying is, if one of these columns wasn't installed right, I don't care whether it's Doric, Ionic or Corinthian. It's still heavy, it's still marble, and it still gets you concussed if it falls on your head. Well, if it falls on my head, maybe not Herc's head. Point still stands though. Let's send Phil to inspect the training grounds. Not bad. I don't wanna jinx it, but I may actually have gotten my drugged me's word on this thing. Though, I don't know how the construction guys got that ring of fire to keep burning without going out, but I'm impressed. If I were them, I'd definitely come up with a catchy name for it, you know, for advertising. Something like Grecian Flambe, Greek Flame-eating. Just spitballing here, but I'd workshop it, is what I'm saying. Once we clean Hades' clock again, I'm copywriting Greek Flame-eating. Just in case. Anyway, looks like I got everything pulled just in time. Meg's on the next barge from Thebes, and that girl does not respond well to being stood up. Let's welcome Megara. Meg, my buddy, my Paul. Are we at the point yet where I can call you Paul? Yeah. Can the smog talk, mutton chops? If we're gonna do this, let's do this. I'm here to save Hercules, and because your pigeon got stuck in my hair, which I want to yell at you about, in that order. Oh boy, I can already tell that this is gonna be an extremely functional working relationship. Your words, shortstop, not mine. You want me to keep Hades from causing a scene for the time it will take Wonder Boy to show up? Boy, you really are desperate. You're telling me? Look, do you have an angle or don't you? Oh, I've got plenty of angles. You run with the Lord of the Underworld for as long as I did, you're gonna pull a con or two. For a situation like this, the Thracian two-step could work, or the Spartan shuffle. Maybe the Iberian interment, if we can... Yeah, I have no idea what any of those are. Fine. Make up something idiot-proof it is. Let's send Meg to make up something idiot-proof. Got it. Here's our play. I'll need a full access to your training gym, a man's toga, 3 sacks of hay and a pomegranate. Okay. I have no idea where your mind's at right now, but fine, all yours. What do you need me to do? Oh, you've got the most important job of all. Picking up some paperwork so you're not around to mess up the rest of the plan. Oh! Passive aggression. Thy name is Megara. It's Meg. And hey, my plan, my rules. Ah, Phil. Always a griper. even when he's just fetching a couple of scrolls worth of creatively edited legal records. I know he and Herc mean a lot to each other, but I really need that old coat to bud out while I set up this con. If it's convincing, it will be enough to hoodwink a god, and convincing means a whole lot of prep work. Let's send Meg to prepare the training grounds. Pick up some paperwork. Can you believe that? Look, I appreciate that Herc and Meg have a good thing going, but I am not some kind of glorified errant satire. And this Verge loginer map she gave me? With her handwriting, these directions may as well be in Phoenician. Let's build the statue garden. Well, I asked a Phoenician and he said the map says head to the statue garden outside Thebes, in Greek. And then he tried to sell me a 6-pack of Tyrian purple hair dye, also in Greek. So, summary, I'm going to a statue garden, booking Meg penmanship classes and maybe dyeing her hair purple as payback. Don't worry, it washes out, cause if it didn't, Herc would kill me. There's the spot. Meg said her guy's supposed to meet me by the bust of Themis, over by the lake, and make the handoff there. I'll know it's him cause of the laurel twig behind his ear. And he'll know it's me cause of... well, come on, look at me. Look, it's rough being the only satire I know this side of the Peloponnesian, but at least I get noticed easy. Let's send Phil to get the papers at the statue garden. Apparently my contract goes by Crazy Jubilites, of Crazy Jubilites legal services and used chariot loans. And I know this because he introduced himself in those exact words before asking me if I wanted to sue or refinance anything. That said, he did give me the paperwork, eventually, after trying to upsell me for 40 minutes, so that's how my day went. Times like these I really start to question the kind of company Meg kept when she worked for Hades. There, one jerry-rigged scarecrow in a toga, made to look like he had one whopper of an accident with a weight machine. It's a play on an insurance scam Hades wanted me to pull on this guy, Hippocrates. Never ended up going through with it. But I'm betting that I changed enough of the details so Hades won't even realize he's falling for his own scheme. See that pomegranate juice around the scarecrow's head? That's my touch. Well, I've got Phil on his way with the paperwork. I've got a halfway convincing body cooling its sandals in Phil's gym. Now all I need is our mark. And if I know Hades like I know Hades... Hey, almighty lord of the underworld! I've got a business proposition for you! Let's send Meg to lure out Hades. Bingo! See? All I have to say is, let's make a deal, and he rips open a portal from the underworld just to say hello. Hades, terrible brat, lousy fashion sense, and so predictable you could set your water clock by him. If we're lucky, he won't even know we're playing him like a liar until Wonder Boy shows up. Hey Meg, you called? What can I do for you? Well, you can renegotiate our entire contract. That's what. You owe me, Hades, and I'm here to collect. I know you're gonna say, How can I owe you anything if you don't work for me anymore? Let me lay it out for you. Remember that deal we made way back when? You saved my ex's life, I work for you, nice easy, and as of today, null and void. See, I found out my old flame just had a run-in with a 200 pounds of barbell. And I'm going by Olympian contract law. Psst, Phil. Oh, gotcha. Contract law that I got right here on this scroll. That means you didn't save my ex's life permanently. So our old deal is retroactively void, so you owe me years of back pay. Something about it seems kinda... Hey, you wanna negotiate? Fine by me. But just so you know, I've always wanted to own a flying chariot. That gets us the whole Nessus debacle. Remember that pinhead with hooves? Of course you do. Now let's talk hazard pay. I gotta go. Look, something's up. In my underworld files. Talk to some ghost accountants. I'll be back later. Much later. I thought we'd catch Hades flat-footed, but I definitely didn't expect that. Could he have gone soft since I last saw him? Either way, I'm counting this as a win. Mac, I gotta admit, I did not know what to expect, but you are genius, kid. I'm talking Odysseus level here. The way you ran circles around him, Hades is gonna be tied up with his lawyers for weeks. Hey, thanks for saying so, Phil, but do you mind if I take a break for a bit? I've been going non-stop since I got here. Oh yeah, sure thing, kid. You do you, but if you need water or a hot towel or anything, you know who to call. Let's send Meg to chill at the statue garden. Oh, that's better. Cool, recentered, and ready to face the world again. I knew going in that the best cons have a grain of truth at the center, but pacing that one around my ex, it hurt a bit. No matter how good a relationship you're in, and I'm in a great one, diving back into the past like that can be rough. But having someone who you know cares about you, scars and all, well, just thinking about Wonder Boy gets me through anything. So if you don't have someone like that, go out and find them. Trust me, it's worth it. Hey, she's back! You doing okay, kid? You hydrated? Got any tension worked out? Cause I can get you a massage therapist if... Thanks, Phil, but I'm fine. Just needed some time to catch my breath. So, what's next? What do you mean what's next? Until Herc gets back from finding that golden deer for Artemis, we're in a holding pattern. Right, and with Hades out there, a holding pattern won't be good enough. We've gotta find a way to move that timetable up. Let's send Meg and Phil to confer at the training grounds. Well, it's an idea, but it's an idea I'm not certain I like. You sure the nymphs will be okay with helping us out? I'm sure. Most of them already work for Artemis, so they'll want to find the deer as much as Wonder Boy does. Okay, more pertinent question. You're sure the nymphs will be okay with helping me out? Like, me specifically? Oh, right. Well, they might be, if you apologize loudly enough. Well, we've got a game plan, and let's just hope it works. And quickly. Not sure what it is, but when I was smooth talking Hades back then, something seemed off. He wasn't his threatening self. I've got a feeling there's more to the story than Phil or I know, and I don't like it. Let's welcome pain. Oh no, this is bad. Really, really bad. I knew shapeshifting to look like the boss was a stupid idea. It started real easy. Once Hades left, Panic and I figured if he stood on my shoulders, we'd be kinda Hades-shaped. We could shapeshift into him, pretend like he was back, and pause everyone else around for a change. And it worked. Yeah, everything was great till some emo kid with a liar sauce broke out of the underworld and told everybody. And now Hercules is coming to get Hades, which means he's coming to get us. I don't know what to do, kinda freaking out here. Also, I'm somehow in legal trouble, which I do not understand at all. Let's send Pain to think of a backup plan. Alright, I can do this. Deep breaths, don't panic, that's Panic's job. Just think, what would Hades do in a situation like this? Oh, I know. Wait a jillion years for the planets to align, get some titans, take over Olympus and get whumped by Hercules. Wait, never mind. For lots of reasons. I'm, not really what you'd call an idea imp. So, we find some nymphs, talk him into helping Herc finish his gig early, yada yada yada. Hades gets punched, right? Minus a couple of yadas. Sure, that's the plan. Of course, it all goes to pieces if we can't find any nymphs to talk to. Yeah, I might be able to help out with that. I know the whereabouts of a sacred grove or tree from my younger days. Why am I not surprised? Let's send Phil and Meg to find some nymphs. Okay, let's take this one disaster at a time. Hercules isn't here yet, which means I got till he gets here to figure out a way to stop him from sucking me into next week. And Hercules likes Meg, so I could kidnap Meg. Yeah, I could totally, probably, kidnap Meg. Oh man, you know how sometimes you get an idea so good you don't even have to think it through. This is definitely that. Let's send Pain to the statue garden to kidnap Meg. There! See that secluded glade over there? That's prime nymph territory. Okay. Don't take this the wrong way, Short Stack, but you might want to get your vision checked. That's a bunch of oak trees. Oh, yeah, that's on me. A lot of those girls have long memories, so they usually camouflage themselves when I'm around. Huh, smart. I'm guessing they're my kind of girls. Or I hope this isn't as big of a disaster as I think it's gonna be. I gave Phil a hard time about his past, but he really is trying to change, unlike some people I've known. That's why I want him to help talk to the nymphs. It will be good for him to apologize in person. And just so we're clear, if he does disrespect any of them, I will punt him into the sun, weak ankles or not. Let's recruit some nymphs. Okay, so progress report on kidnapping Meg from the statue garden. Meg wasn't there. And also, I kinda leaned on that statue of the muses wrong and they all fell on me at once. And then the groundskeeper saw me and now I owe the Theban Parks Department 50,000 drachmae. Which means it's time to think of plan B and pawn my collection of Herc commemorative sandals. Alright, new plan. Who else does Hercules like that I could kidnap? Hey, before you say it, I know most of my plans are about kidnapping, but that's like one of two things I'm good at. Most of the time, we don't have to go into a specific kidnapping win-loss record right now, okay? Let's send Pain to think of who else to kidnap. Alright, we got the nymph thing sorted out, but we still got a problem. How are we gonna get Herc all the way back here in town once he's done their wrangling? And don't say Pegasus, he's not cleared for ground flight till he gets his wings checked. It's an insurance thing. Noted. And don't worry, I've got a backup plan. All I need is a way to get word out to the right cosmic entities. Let's build Zeus's temple. I got it! That Phil guy, he looks kidnappable. And also, he's kinda my height, so he'll be easier to stuff into a sack than Meg is. I mean, I'm not a mad guy or anything, but that seems plausible, right? Whoa! 2 ideas in one day! I think this might be a record for me. That Phil guy is some kind of trainer, right? I bet he's in that gym with a giant Herc head. Well, here goes nothing. Let's send Pain to the training grounds to kidnap Phil. Okay, so progress report number 2, that Phil guy wasn't there, but this crazy big blue guy all covered in fur was. He looked kinda scary, and when I tried to sneak out, I tripped and fell into a javelin rack, which fell on me. Jeez, I know it comes with the territory, but I wish the cosmos didn't take my name so literally. On the plus side, that big blue guy didn't see me. I just hope he doesn't give me nightmares. Really? That's your plan? Hang around the giant statue, hoping Zeus will bring it to life so the two of you can chat? Really? Well, do you want to suggest some other way of getting a message to Hercules from here at lightning speed? I didn't think so. Giant talking statue is what we have, so that's what we're going with. Once all this is over, we can talk to Archimedes' agent and see if he's got any better ideas. I hope this works. Hercules told me he's talked to his bird father in there, but I've never done it myself. And considering I'm immortal, I don't have much experience chatting with the gods. Well, unless you count a bunch of pleas to Aphrodite when I was younger. Which I'd really rather not. I hope those don't get recorded for posterity. I've died once, but that might kill me again. Let's send Meg to try to talk with Zeus at his temple. Well, what do you know? That actually worked! Zeus even complimented me on my hairband. Credit to the god of thunder, he has surprisingly good taste in accessories. I wonder if my saying that is nice or blasphemous or both. I asked him where he buys his thunderbolts and he said Hephaestus. So, should have seen that coming. Big news, said our Todd. Herc's caught the deer and he will be inbound to our location quicker than you can say Halicarnassus. What? Inbound how? What did you... Long story, no time. I'll flag him down. I need you at the temple doing your best impression of a target. Got it? No, I do not. Got it. And what do you mean, target? Let's send Phil to wait for Hercules at Zeus's temple and let's send Meg to flag Hercules down. Well, I set up one of my old archery bullseyes on the front porch, so whatever Meg was talking about, I hope that was it. One of these days, that girl's gotta learn how to communicate with more than banter and sarcasm. I mean, sure, it's a good bet she could sell bottled water to Poseidon, but sometimes you gotta actually be upfront. Like, when you're working with me, for instance, that might be a nice change of pace. Ah, Hercules is getting here early! Me and Panic didn't have a chance of beating him when he was gonna be on time. Whoop, better start saying goodbye to the mayor's organs while I got a chance, cause... Wait, I think I may have just got another idea. Like, an actually good idea this time, I swear! All I need is a bunch of supplies and then I might not have to get squashed into tiny gooey bits by Hercules after all. Let's send Pain to raid Zeus's temple for supplies. Okay, so I tied a rope to this 2x4 and put a worm on the end, which is kinda like a fishing pole, right? Now all I gotta do is dangle this into the River of Souls, fish Hades out and get him to deal with Hercules instead of me. And also not tell about me and Panic stealing his identity this whole time. And also hope he isn't in a bad mood for any of the other reasons he's usually in a bad mood. Yeah, now that I'm saying this out loud, it doesn't sound so good. What do you know? We've got all the nymphs we needed. And they were pretty quick to sign on too. Turns out those ladies are big into vintage Hercules merchandise. And lucky us, we had plenty of freebies to spare. I never thought a warehouse full of workout sandals and novelty lightning bolts would actually come in handy. That stuff barely has any resale value. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. This idea is more complicated than I thought. On one hand, if I don't go through with it, Hercules is gonna pummel Panic and me into a fine paste. And on the other hand, if I do go through with it, Hades will be back to be himself and us. See, this is why I try not to have ideas. Let's send Pain to agonize over his decision. Ugh, my head is killing me, but I think I made my decision. And that's that I hate making decisions, so I'm gonna bring Hades back so I don't have to do it ever again. What can I say? I know my lane and I'm staying in it. Besides, I kinda miss groveling, because it's the other thing I'm really good at. Well, I listened to Meg, I waited for Herc, and so far, Bupkis. Some plan this turned out to, unless that plume of smoke headed straight for the temple at lightning speed got something to do with it. Oh no. Let's welcome Hercules. Phil, boy, am I glad to see you. You should have seen it. First the nymphs you sent helped me catch Artemis's deer, and then, well, I guess Meg talked to my dad, who talked to Hermes, who lent me his winged sandals so I could get here faster. Yeah, so I get it, kid. But next time a messenger god comes you a pair of footwear, maybe learn to drive it first. So you could land on the bullseye I put out for you instead of on me. Huh. Oh, sorry Phil. Guess I still have to work on my aim. Meg and I agreed. Until we get the answers we need from the nymphs, there's two ways we should prepare to face Hades. She's gonna follow up on her theory and come up with a strategy to keep Hades from hurting anybody. And I'm gonna make sure I'm ready to fight him in case he does try to hurt someone in the meantime. That means I've gotta scope out his lair. If I have to attack him there, I'll need a strategy. Let's send Hercules to scope out Hades' hideout. Meg, It's so good to see you. I know helping Artemis is important, but next time you're coming on tour with me. I'm so glad I'm back. You said you need Hades punched back into the River of Souls, right? Because I can... Oh, hold your horses, Wonder Boy. I'm happy to see you too. More than happy. But this time, punching might not do it. If Hades can escape once, he can do it again. So I think we have to find some way to clip his wings even if he stays free. You mean like depower him so he can't hurt us? It's a good idea, but how are we supposed to do that? Not sure yet, but if the nymphs we've talked to have their rumors straight, I might have a theory. Let's keep them talking. Let's gather intel from the nymphs. Doesn't look like there's a back way up there. If it comes to it, I'll have to hit Hades straight on from the front. That's fine for me. I've got a pretty good track record with being direct. But if Meg and Phil are around... Got it. If this is gonna work, I know exactly what to do. Phil, I know what we need to do to beat Hades. And it starts with you doing 10 sets of 5 headbutts each. I'll spot you.
Wait, what? Since when do you tell me to work out? Did we end up in one of those body-swapping comedies all of a sudden?
Hey, you know I loved Silly Solstice just as much as you did, Phil. But no, this is serious. If things go bad, I'll be kind of busy, so I need you and Meg to be able to defend yourselves. Meg's already warming up.
Oh, is she? Fine, kid. I'll get some reps in. Both because it's a good idea and so your girlfriend doesn't show me up.
Let's send Herc to supervise the training session. Let's send Phil to work out at the training grounds. And let's send Meg to work out in the statue garden. I haven't done that many laps since that summer back in Sparta. I guess this is what they mean by feeling the burn. Are you sure you're alright, Meg? I've got some Hercules here if you need it. Phil says it's got electrolytes, so... Appreciate the thought, Wonder Boy. But apart from sweating through my workout guides, I'm fine. And hey, if you tell me I'm better at training than Phil, you could upgrade me to great. What do you say? You know I love you, Meg, but when it comes to exercise, I try not to play favorites.
You what? Saved you from an eternity in a whirlpool full of screaming ghost people? Your atrociousness? With a fishing rod?
No, not that. I'm not talking about... It's like explaining trigonometry to a brick. A dumb brick. What I mean is you waited so long to save me that Hercules and his pals are halfway through a plan to take me down again. That kinda sounds more like a statement than a question. My migraine's getting a migraine. Just go get the pointiest thing you can find so I can stab you with it later. Let's send Pain follow orders. Well, I just found this really pointy javelin, so I guess I accomplished something today after all. Yay. Not to complain, but having Hades make all my decisions for me isn't as much fun as I remembered. But hey, at least he still doesn't know me and Panic were pretending to be him while he was gone. Which I should not be saying out loud like I just did. Sure, I'll give him the javelin, but I don't need to give him any more reasons to poke me with it. Phil, I've got a job for you. I know it's clerical, but it's really important, so don't get snippy at me.
Wouldn't dream of it. What are we talking?
Something to do with that 20-pound scroll you're dragging around? Bingo! I asked the nymphs who are spying on Hades to write up witness reports. I need you and Hercules to look them over. Something doesn't add up about what they said, but I can't put my finger on it. I thought with 2 more pair of eyes.
Yeah, I get it. Good call. Just hope their handwriting's better than yours.
That sent Phil and Hercules to review the reports.
Terrifying specter of decay, ever-present scent of brimstone, questionable personal politics. Yada yada yada. I mean, that's Hades, alright, but it ain't anything we don't already know.
I'm not so sure. What's this quote about how his tail waved menacingly as he towered over a swarm of lost souls?
Well, it's evocative, sure, but I don't see how... Oh! I think you may be onto something, kid. I gotta go tell Meg. Hades doesn't have a tail! And as a proud tail haver myself, I should know, right?
But then, why did the report say that he did? Who was that witness report from, Phil?
It was one of those second-hand ones. One of the nymphs talking to that sad sack with the liar who escaped from the underworld.
Sad sack with the... Orpheus? You mean the Orpheus? The genius composer who wrote the Argonautica?
Maybe. I talked to the guy for like 30 seconds. Never got his name. What do you know him?
I might have followed his Corinthian tour for 3 months when I was younger and dumber. I have to go. Let's send Meg to ask Zeus some questions at his temple. I knew it! Orpheus was at the Olympus gates playing an acoustic gig with Apollo and the Muses. And yes, I do know his tour dates. The whole emo vibe may not do it for me anymore, but the music is still fantastic. Anyway, Zeus was nice enough to ask Orpheus some questions about his run-in with Hades. Or should I say, Hades, emphasis on the quotes. A lot of things are falling into place for me after that little chat, and I know what to do next. Did you find anything out, Meg? You were talking to my dad for a while in there, and... Shh! Ixnay on the eating questions lay, Wonderboy. If Hades hears what I just heard, our plan is toast. Let's find somewhere out of the way, pretend like we're making eyes at one another, and I'll tell you everything quietly. Oh, okay, sure, let's do that. Let's send Hercules and Meg to talk in the statue garden. So, that's the play-by-play. I know it's not exactly your style, but do you think you're up for it? Of course, if he doesn't take the bait, I can always just knock him out. It's a good plan, Meg, a really good plan. I know we're talking about how to take the Lord of the Underworld down a peg, but you sure know how to make a girl blush. Likewise.
It's a little too early to be sure, but it seems like the nymphs heard right. I know they can come off all diaphanous at first glance, but underestimate them and you're gonna have a real hard time. No wonder we get along so well. Who knows, we might even be friends. Now that's something I never would have said a few years ago.
Finally! You have no idea how much I've been itching for this moment. I am gonna humiliate you in ways you never...
Nice try, imp, but we're not gonna fall for that old routine. We've known you're not a real Hades for ages.
Say what now? Okay, first, but out. This is between me and Muscle Boy. Second, it's me, Hades. Check out the hair.
Hardly. We know who you are and how long you've been impersonating the old pilot light. And we've got receipts. Trying to run a stealth takeover of the underworld while the real Hades is away. Nice plan. Shame it's over.
Wait, someone trying to steal my turf on the sly? And they are so good they had Wonder Bread and his crew fooled? No. Change of plans, my little nutmeg. You tell me exactly who's been stealing my act and maybe I'll let you all leave. Come on! Is it Hecate? It's Hecate, isn't it? That tree-loving freak has always had it out for me.
Nice act, Slick, but like I keep telling you, I'll only negotiate with the real Hades. And I'm not convinced you're him. Now, if there were some way you could prove it, like say pitching me one of those ironclad, magical, unbreakable deals.
Fine, sure, whatever. You tell me who's been trying to take over the underworld using my face.
And you promise not to hurt me or my friends as long as we stay in this kingdom. Deal?
Well, I can always bump you idiots off the next time you cross the border, so fine, deal. Who is it?
Pain and Panic. And if Pain hadn't forgot about his tale, they'd have pulled it off. Pleasure doing business with you, Hades.
What? Meg, that was incredible. It went just like you said it would. How did you know it would work?
Simple. I knew my mark, and if there's two things I know about Hades, it's that he's got an ego the size of Acropolis, and even if he hates the underworld, he is still insecure about losing it. Kind of a self-hatred thing. So, pretend you think he's someone else while threatening his turf? He'll get so riled up, he'll agree to anything.
Whoa! And he did too.
You know, I don't think I've ever really seen you at work before today, Meg. It's kind of amazing.
Strength is great, but knowing about people, noticing things others don't, that can be really heroic too.
Ah, stop it, Wonder Boy. You're gonna give me a narcissist complex. Honestly, I'm just glad Hades can't hurt us right now.
Let's welcome Hades.
So She knew? Knew the whole time? And she was just telling me a line about how she thought I wasn't me? Oh, she is good. Too good. Can take revenge on the son of my greatest enemy till he crosses the border good. Out-hustled by a former minion. I'd be impressed if I weren't face-melting angry. Am I wound up? If gods had blood pressure, I'd be having a long talk with my primary care physician right now. Times like these, I just wanna punish something. What? It's cheaper than therapy. Plus, hey, it's kinda my job. And I know just the sniveling underworld usurping little idiots to take it out on. Let's send Hades to find pain and or panic.
Oh no. Hiya boss. I overheard all the stuff Meg told you, and I'm pretty sure this is all a hilarious
Save it. Now, this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. Ha! Who am I kidding? It's gonna hurt you way more.
Yup. Wait, not that I'm complaining, but why aren't you pummeling me into next week right now?
Believe me, I'm trying, but it's like something's holding me back. Oh, no, 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 no! Meg's deal, she said I couldn't hurt her friends. So does that mean no?
Oh, I get it. Meg still kind of thinks of me as a work acquaintance. Is this what validation feels like? It tickles.
Laugh it up while you can, Punchball. The deal didn't say anything about emotional pain. Meg, my little flower, my little nutmeg. Congrats on a successful hustle. Clearly you learned from the best, am I right? But see, you've put me in a position where I can't even discipline my minions, and that's kind of a deal breaker for me. Nice try, Hades, but the last time I checked, the deal you made with me was unbreakable. She's got jokes, classic Meg. Anyway, as I was saying, is there any chance you'd be open to some light renegotiation? Send Hades and Meg to renegotiate. What about the flying chariot? Word is you've always wanted one. I'll even throw in some undead horses. It's tempting, but no. But what about no to any offer you make? I wasn't gonna budge on the deal from the start. I just like seeing you grovel for a change. Oi, I can already tell this is gonna be a long and unpleasant trip.